welcome back to PipeCast. On another famed episode, Codge blend. This is half and half. Let's take a look at it.
All right, here we have half and half. Now, half and half is a aromatic blend blended by Scandinavian Tobacco Group. Its contents are burley and Virginia with anisette and other spices. Here's what the synopsis says. Burley-based pipe tobacco made in the USA. Burley and bright is what the bag description says right here. Here is some more notes. Originally from an American tobacco 19th century formula. Originally it was a local Virginia favorite for both cigarettes and pipe tobacco. Half and half is a timeless mix of loose cut burley and Virginia tobaccos with flawless notes of cardamom, coriander, and maize. Enjoy the smooth, easygoing smoke again and again. So yeah, so like I said, it's burley and it's Virginia. It's very consistent. The darker, that darker being the burley, and then the lighter being the Virginia. Let's move this pouch so we can see kind of what we're working with. Super fine. Nothing like shag, but it almost seems to be, parts of it seem to be granulated, if not cube cut, but it's more or less a ribbon, as you can see here. But yeah, very, very balanced blend, very, very balanced. Let's get over there and see how this Hodge smokes.
All right, so that's half and half. In the most not pipe tobacco you can ever buy in a million years. This was meant to roll in cigarette paper, and that's the way I feel about it. It's pretty good as a cigarette.
Really, you did it? Oh, nice.
Of course, I lost the papers because I think they got wet, but rolled it, smoked it as a cigarette.
No filter.
No filter. Just rolled it and smoked it, I got my daughter to do it. I said, thank you, baby sister, for the cigarette.
Thank you for the cigarette.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just quoting True Grit. Just tried it, and it's fine. It smokes pretty good as a cigarette. Not so much as a pipe tobacco, and that's because it's not, like I said, it's good. It's just not. If you're used to base pipe tobacco blends, this probably ain't gonna be your cup of tea. I think honestly, half and half, a lot like other pipe tobaccos that you buy in cigarette stores, these bulk bag scenarios, they're really just a way to cut out the cigarette tax.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is the shag tobacco used for cigarettes gets tagged a little bit differently than cigars, pipe tobacco. So a way for the longest time to skirt the kind of cigarette tax that you would get with bulk cigarette tobacco would be to label it as a pipe tobacco, then to roll it as a cigarette. You can see this a lot with a lot of cigarette blends, especially back in the day. They might have changed the tax code or something like that. I've known about this for a long time, so it may have developed or changed, but for the longest time, to sort of skirt that and kind of keep the cigarette down, the cost down, you would market it as pipe tobacco. You buy a giant bag of pipe tobacco, then you would buy cigarette papers and then roll it and smoke it as a cigarette. And you could smoke it in a pipe for sure. I mean, as a matter of fact, I knew hardcore cigarette smokers who thought that they were going to try to get around purchasing cartons of cigarettes by purchasing rolling tobacco as pipe tobacco and then smoking it out of a pipe, which is I was like, man, you don't have to do that, just buy the papers, there's no sense of buying some, I was like, maybe with a corn cob or something like that. I was like, I guess you could put a filter inside that and it might smoke alright, but you're getting the hit per pipe versus per cigarette is so much harder.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you're getting way too much smoke,
Yeah. If you're smoking straight up what should be going into a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you're just boy. I mean, you're smoking 20 cigarettes right there.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, that's the way it looked like.
I mean, because there's more going into the cigarette than it's just tobacco.
Yeah.
There's what they used to say went in there, tar.
Well, I mean,
what they used to say,
carcinogens. They had cyanide.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Everybody's got something, but I'm just saying, like, if you're just smoking, that's all tobacco.
Yeah.
It's funny too, like what happens when things chemically combust, because a lot of things aren't good when they chemically combust.
Mm-hmm.
People are also saying something like, there's like trace elements of things that cause like brain cancer and stuff in cereals, But like, here's a great example of this. I'm not saying like I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not the general. What is that guy? Surgeon General.
Yeah.
I'm not a Surgeon General, but I will say this though. You'll hear a lot about people talking about diet sodas, aspartame, creating cancer, right? But the amount that you have to do in rats to produce cancer is like 100,000 times the amount that you would get in a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
It's like some astronomical amount. So they're like, poor rats, they just were like, how about we inject you with an ungodly amount of aspartame and see what happens? It's like, like if you pump a house full of oxygen, right? Like that will explode.
Yeah.
Does that mean that oxygen is explosive?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, it does technically, but like, what I mean is like the way you're breathing oxygen and nitrogen that keeps that explosive element down. Much oxygen, it'll explode, right? But it's the same thing. It's like if you dump so much aspartame in somebody, they will probably develop cancer. But you're not just breathing concentrated oxygen, or we would all be. I mean,
Yeah.
we'd all be. Anytime we try to light up, we blow up.
Yeah. What's the LD50? Is that kind of what it is? That like lethal dose? Yeah. Like there's a limit, and it's what is it like when you so much of it. If it kills 50% of the people who ingest this much, then that's kind of where you're at.
I mean, you can OD on nicotine, but you don't see people doing it.
Yeah.
It's because the amount of nicotine. So it's the same thing. Like, I'm not saying that like there's not poisons or toxins or anything inside tobacco. What I am saying though is that when you look at stuff like that, there's a difference between what they're advertising and what they're saying. But that's like kind of everything. When there's a political slant against something, you can almost guarantee that like while what they're saying isn't necessarily not true, it's probably exaggerated a touch
to fit what they want.
fit their agenda.
I remember we were walking just recently. I was in Charlotte, and there was this like little park area that we kind of stumbled upon, and it was like surrounded by like a church on one side, and then like kind of like a shopping food court kind of thing on the other side, and they had signs up for the park area that said tobacco free, and then it had the no smoking with the cigarette in it. And I was telling the folks I'm with, I'm like, anytime I see if I only see the no smoking with the cigarette, it makes me want to pull my pipe out and start smoking. And then when they say like, hey, you can't smoke here, I'm like, it doesn't show a pipe, it just shows a cigarette. This isn't the cigarette. But the fact that sign said a tobacco free area, I'm like, well, I can't get away with it here.
Yeah.
But I always want to like test the waters with that, because it's like, because my biggest problem that I've always found is like people associate all of the negative connotation of cigarettes on everything else. Cigars, pipes, I guess vaping, but vaping's a different
Well, I mean, it's like, it's always, the crazy thing about that kind of stuff is that we're at I'm sure everyone watching this remembers all the anti-smoking stuff, Truth, all that stuff. What's all dead now?
Yeah, you don't see much.
That's all dead media. And then you're like sitting there thinking like, does no one care about people smoking cigarettes or like chewing, or people still do that kind of stuff, but you don't see like this massive campaign. And it means that the federal funding to stop it or encourage against it is dried up.
Yeah.
But then I sit there and think to myself, I'm like, how much of that money that was procured through the federal agencies to these other agencies was just blown on just stupid stuff? You know that like so much of that money went to like just somebody's pocket.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's just like, it's another thing too. It's like, smoking's not cool or whatever those campaigns were, and it's like, I think everyone knows that like it'll kill you.
Yeah.
At this point, So.
I mean, okay. It's just funny. I mean, Again, I've never been a cigarette smoker.
He said, okay, like, what?
I'm just working through my head here. It's like, everything will kill you. Like if you're going to fund ads to talk about how cigarettes will kill you, fund ads about how cars will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Fund ads, about how sugar will kill you, ice cream will kill you, McDonald's will kill you. Like,
everything.
Everything.
Yeah, will kill you. I get it. I get what they're getting at. I mean, I try not to be too, like, pressed about certain things, but at the same time, it's like, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like it was less about cigarettes and more so about, like, there were just people who were just like, I don't want to smell it, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's just gotten to the wrong upper class person's hands.
Because it used to be an upper class thing,
yeah, but
right?
then once it becomes blue collar, then people look at. I mean, it's just like it's a whole nightmare.
Do you think there actually are less cigarette smokers than there used to be?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that because like I'll be in public every once in a while, and I smell. This always happens to me, like in like places, like weird places. You know?
Yeah.
I live in Athens now, so I notice it more here. I notice it in Mississippi, and I notice it in Tennessee, in weird rural areas. But like, someone will light a cigarette up, and I'll be like, "Yeah, brother."
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. Do it up, man.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I ask is because I know, we talked about in one of our, I guess the most recent Pipe chat, it's like, a lot of things have inverted, and it's just funny what things have inverted in what direction, right? So, tattoos have inverted, seeing someone without tattoos is more shocking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, Christians, meeting, like, outspoken Christians has gone the other way. It's funny that cigarettes and Christians have gone that way, but tattoos have gone the other way. You would have thought cigarettes would have went with tattoos, but cigarettes went with Christians.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's something, man.
I don't know, it's just...
It's funny, like, the things that have, like, that, I don't know, I'm at an age now where I remember getting into an argument with a cousin of mine about this, like, where he was saying, like, he was tired of, I don't remember how it got, but he was talking about Christians coming to his door to witness to him.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, when does that happen?
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't seen like that happening. That hasn't happened to me in years.
Yeah.
That was years ago then.
Yeah.
Like, so this conversation happened years ago, and I still hadn't had anybody come knock on my door. Like, I never did that. I mean, I'm talking about the whole gamut. I'm not talking about, like, I'm talking about Baptists, Methodists, Catholics, Jehovah's Witness, Mormons. No one comes to my door. No one. At any house I've lived at.
It makes you wonder. You ready? You ready for this?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, kind of like that frailty situation where, he could see the demons or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you wonder if people can really tell. Like, nobody's come to your door because they don't need to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they needed to go to that guy's door, your cousin's door.
Maybe, I guess.
You know what I mean?
It just blows my mind, I'm just sitting here like, why don't you, I'm just shocked you would come to every neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean.
And I live in a nicer place, I think, now than I used to. But that should be more credence to why I haven't seen it in the last couple of years. Like, what? I lived in a lower middle class neighborhood last house I was in.
Yeah.
So wouldn't I be more pestered? But no, nothing ever came by.
Well, I mean,
you know what comes by my house all the time? Bug killers. Like, people who are trying to grift me on a bug setup. Like, they're like, you got roaches in your house? I'm like, nope. And they were like, well, we noticed some cobwebs out here. And I was like, it's Halloween.
I put them up myself.
And they're like, what about squirrels getting in your attic? I'm like, I do not have problems with this. And it's just like, the last time someone came by, I had a fire alarm going off, kid crying in my arms, another kid trying to get out the door to look, 2 dogs barking, and I was cooking dinner.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to sell me. And I was trying to be nice. I was like, hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, I was like, hey, just give me your card. He's like, well, if I could just, and I was like, no, I gotta go. Close, And it was so funny because I got out try to set up the whole situation in the house, and I got myself settled. 10 minutes later, my wife walks in. She goes, "Man, the butt guy out there, what a jerk, he yelled at me." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I primed him for that."
He yelled at her?
He yelled at her because he was like, I kind of like sometimes will push it off on my wife a little bit. Like, well, I got to talk to the boss, you know? And I guess she came home as he was walking back around. And then he's like, "Oh, the boss, maybe I can do this." So she's like, "I'm not interested. I just got home. I'm ready to go." And he goes, "No one is buying for me. This is ridiculous. Nobody even listen to me." And then she comes in, like, and I was like, "Well,"
I just yelled at him.
I was like, I kind of told him to leave. Like, I was like, of course I had, kids in my hands and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's who comes to my house. Where I've done at least 2 or 3 episodes of PipeCast with him, and then like I'm like, "Is that a car that's pulling up to my house?" I'm like, "Hang on." And we had to pause the episode, and he could hear me being like, last time I was like, "Are you soliciting?" And she's like, I guess that's what you could call it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I'm just wondering about your pest situation." I was like, "That's soliciting. I'm not interested. I'm busy." And you try to be nice. It's like, I know what you're doing stinks. But, man, like, their salesmanship is so hardcore. Like, they're so... like... They're hardcore to do. Like, one dude hit me with the hardest sales pitch ever, and I was like, "Dude, I want to buy it just on this."
What did he do?
He just every rebuttal perfectly timed, like, just, and it's like, I'm like, this is brilliant. You got me to the door, and now, like,
you can't get
it's a fight to get the note for you to leave.
You're making it a game for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, dude. And he just, like, everything. I respect it. I just wish that they weren't having to do that for pests. Because I do my own spraying, so I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Also, I'm not, like, we're in a down economy, dude. Like, I'm not paying for pest control. It's like, yeah, man. Like, I was like, "I'll pay for pest control. You're going to get them to knock the grocery prices down?" Like, I was like, yeah, every visit to the grocery store is an extra $100 now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ridiculous.
This has nothing to do with half and half.
Yeah,
I just kind of became a pipe chat, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I need to tell you what I think about it.
What, half and half?
Yeah. I don't think I said anything yet. I guess I don't got nothing much more than what Zach said.
Oh, that's a good comment. I start talking again.
Let's talk about anything other than half and half.
Yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's, I don't want to go on more about it other than just to say that it's it's one of the lower end ones. It's got a nice bag note. Usually the nicer bag note, the worse it is, in my opinion. And so it had a pretty good one. Very light on the flavor. Kind of went away very quickly. Not good. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of these, if I was more of a cigarette smoker, I'd be interested in just do a roll test on everything.
Yeah.
But I think half and half is literally, it's in the title.
Half pipe tobacco, half cigarette tobacco?
Yeah.
Is that where it comes from?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost positive, so I just kind of went the extra mile. I
like
feel like maybe now it might be whole and none as opposed to half and half, but...
I like when you try to Google half and half, it like pops up creamer. Or
coffee
creamer,
yeah.
and I'm like, tobacco. I just add tobacco at the end. No, yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I think this is the last one of the traditional ones. We got Amphora left, but it's kind of its own beast.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, unless Amphora just knocks our socks off. I mean, I think Sir Walter and Velvet and Granger, Prince Albert are probably the ones that are worth anything.
Yeah.
The rest of them are kind of just whatever,
I think a lot of the stuff is like, maybe if that's what your granddaddy was smoking and you worked with him or your daddy or something like that, that's why they're good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think you'd probably be better served getting someplace else. But if you're looking to roll a cigarette, it's not a bad cigarette.
Yeah, see, now I'm wondering, because I like Sir Walter so much, would it be a bad cigarette? You know what I mean? Does being a good cigarette mean you're going to be a bad pipe tobacco?
Mm-hmm.
Come back next year. We're gonna roll Hodgepodge.
There you go.
And everybody's gonna love those episodes.
Yeah.
We're gonna all the ones we did this year. We're gonna roll them.
We're gonna roll them.
Gold block rolling it.
Yeah. We're not doing that.
We're gonna roll Haunted Bookshop.
No. No.
So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's half and half. It's kind of whatever.
It's whatever.
So come back. We're getting close to our annual LJ Peretti Thanksgiving Day.
Mm-hmm. Year 4 of aging.
Yeah. Wait. We bought it, smoked it fresh. We reviewed it at year 2, still wasn't no good. We reviewed it year 3, it got good. So yeah, I guess it's 4 year of age. It's 3. Wait, is it 3 years of aging in 4th review, or is it 5 years of aging?
I don't know.
It's not the year. I think we said we were going to buy a new pack. We were going to buy a new supply of it for the 5th year.
Yeah, I think that's next year.
So this is the 4th year of aging, so it's the 5th review.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't reviewing this song. We've gone forever.
It keeps getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like not great first year. Like, it was funny. We talked about that. We kind of halfway through our 2nd year of reviewing it, we're kind of like, are you getting something here?
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of confusing.
So
So we'll do another Thanksgiving, and then next year we're actually just going to buy a whole new block.
And then what? Do like a compare, like smoke the old, smoke the new.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Might be a double episode.
Yeah, maybe make it kind of long, like a pipe chat or something.
Yeah.
So, so that's half and half. Again, we'll catch you here in a few weeks.
Yep. See you then.